let me react to this. Oh yeah, let me see what you want me to react to.
You know what's kind of weird? When someone asks what kind of games do you like, most people struggle to answer. You say tactical shooters, and they respond, oh, so you must like Counter-Strike, Valorant, and Rainbow Six Siege.
Right.
And you say, actually only Counter-Strike. You say strategy games, and someone recommends you Civilization, when you wanted something more like Hearthstone. Game genres are kind of broken. But I think there's a better way to...
I don't think it's broken. It's almost like there's different games and every game has their own take on the genre. Of course, it will be a little bit different. I don't think it's the problem of the genre. I just think that, of course, different games will have different mechanics. If it's just exactly... If there's a CS2 clone and a game right now release a CS2 clone, what do you expect? It's just not gonna work out because there's already CS2. Am I not cooking with that? Like, I'm confused about this like take.
Think about this. And it's a much simpler way to look at games. And once you see it, you'll see games much more differently. But let's start somewhere everyone can agree. Every game has something that separates the good players from the bad ones.
True.
Sometimes it's pure skill. Your reflexes, your aim, your timing. Sometimes it's information. Knowing things the other person doesn't. Sometimes it's something harder to name. The mental side. Reading people, managing randomness, and adapting on the fly.
Notice how when he talks about skill, it's only showing CS clips?
These aren't just different skills, they are fundamentally different kinds of gameplay.
Wisdom.
And most games mix them together in different amounts. So let me give you 3 words. Micro, meso, macro.
Huh?
Now here's where it gets interesting, and a little uncomfortable.
I could never play Tarkov. Not because the game is scary, but because it's so intimidating to even start. They need to make it where it's easier for new people who don't know anything about the game just to start the game. Like, buy the game and actually start it. I don't think games should ever be immediately so overwhelming for new players to join unless you plan on never growing your game. Am I crazy for that? I just feel like I feel like if ever you need to watch a YouTube video on how to play a game or something, then the game is not that good.
If I told you the clearest way to understand
League has a tutorial that makes you understand like the basic necessity, and then makes you like immediately don't have to think about it. They have an option where you don't have to think on, let's say, runes or like etc, etc. So they make an easy mode where, you know, you could still play the game. You're not gonna be the best or whatever, but it's still like you're able to like just join in, you like as a new player. Arc Raiders is also easy for new players to join to, but the problem is with Arc Raiders is that they don't have that many exciting updates, and that's what they lack. So it's just like yeah.
Game is actually testing is to think about how you cheat in it.
In my personal opinion, games are supposed to always have a beginner friendly thing for any game. And I don't personally like games like, let's say, Tarkov, where they immediately put you in a situation where they think that you are an immediate like 100% player. And I don't like that because I get overwhelmed, and now I'm overwhelmed and I don't really want to play because like I don't want to do a whole an hour research on how to play. Minecraft, you could start playing and then you could like do it how slow you want. Same with Don't Starve. You can play that game without knowing anything and still enjoy the game. It's just that if you want to go more, see, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. When you start a game and it's so fucking overwhelming to the point where it's so hard to even press the game, play the game, then there's something wrong.
If you wanted to completely break a game to make it trivially easy, what cheat would you use? The answer to that question tells you more about a game than any genre label ever could. So let's put this to the test.
Interesting.
What is micro? Micro is the execution layer. It's your aim, your timing, your movement, your muscle memory. An example of a micro cheat.
I thought that was CS gameplay because I wasn't looking at the monitor. I was like, who the fuck needs to move that much playing CS? And I was so fucking confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Your movement,
then I looked at the game, it was fucking Fortnite.
An example of a micro cheat looks like an aimbot. Perfect inputs every single time. If a game can be broken by perfect execution, that's a micro game. Osu, Geometry Dash, Aim Trainers, and Tetris are a few examples.
Tetris. Yeah, what can I say? My game.
You can cheat in Osu with
Chill
perfect
outer,
cursor
hello.
tracking. You can cheat in Geometry Dash with perfect jumps. These are execution cheats, and you
Oh my god, I love this game!
can feel the microness when you play them. Mezzo is the probability layer, the place where mind games exist. You're reacting to the unpredictable nature of people, not mechanics. A mezzo cheat looks like stream sniping, knowing someone's habits before they show them, reading cooldowns, seeing things you shouldn't see yet. The best example for the purest mezzo game is rock, paper, scissors. There's zero execution skill. It's entirely mental and probability. Among Us also runs on Mezzo, so does Liar's Bar. Even the stock market is built around this layer. If you wanted to cheat in Among Us, you'd stream snipe to know who the imposter is. If you wanted to cheat in stocks, you'd insider trade. Notice how none of these cheats involve executing anything better.
I like how he put in cases here. As if that... Okay. Dude.
They involve knowing something you shouldn't.
Son.
Macro is the system's layer. It's your routing, your resource management, and your win condition. You can think of it like the mathematically correct way of winning the game. A macro cheat looks like a chess engine, economy automation, or you can imagine like a perfect coach telling you exactly what to do.
Darren, ping it, ping it, ping it. We need to let our team know what's up.
Pure macro games are almost mathematical puzzles. Think Factorio, Polybridge, Connect 4, Tic-Tac-Toe. Once you find the optimal solution, the game is solved. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most games aren't just one of these, they're combinations of them. And the combination tells you everything about what kind of game it is. So let's look at micro plus macro. These tend to be single-player precision games. You need to know the optimal solution and execute it fast. Think Rubik's Cube speedrunning, Mario 64, Jump.
Mario 64 speedrunning is so fun. I wish it wasn't correlated or the person or the streamer that made it really big and like, you know, because usually when, let's say Minecraft speedrunning became a big thing for streamers to do, it kind of needs a push of a big streamer sometimes to make it relevant. I hate the fact that the relevancy of Mario 64 speedrunning was with Miskiff, and now with Miskiff being the way he is, I don't see that many people, you know, speedrunning that game, but I love watching people speedrun that game.
King and getting over it.
It sucks not
If you
seeing
were to
people
have a
speedrunning
perfect
anymore.
micro cheat in Elden Ring, you'd have perfect dodges. But if you were to have a perfect macro cheat, you'd use the mathematically optimal build. But there's
Yeah, whenever Squeaks plays Mario 64, I am lurking. I'm there, listening, watching.
one weird multiplayer outlier here. 8-ball pool. There's a mathematically optimal shot, and then there's the skill of actually hitting it. So even though it is player versus player, the room for mind games doesn't really exist. And I think it's a rare exception. Next, let's look at Micro plus Mezzo. This is PvP skill expression games. These tend to be your fighting games, Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Bros, Brawlhalla. Your skill matters.
In my opinion, this video did not make me see competitive games differently. This is exactly how I see competitive games, and I don't think anybody else doesn't see it that way as well. Like, obviously, the people who are competitively playing CS is there for how it's so fun to play the game perfectly. Or, like, playing fighting games will be like how perfect you can do your fucking reaction time plus combo seeking shit. Like, obviously, the fuck. Am I...
And reading your opponent matters. But also you have some other examples like Mario Kart, like the micro of driving, and the mezzo of random items and unpredictable opponents.
That's not the point of the
We
game,
even
the
see
video
some
just
unique
wait.
games
Oh,
like
okay, my
Tetris
bad.
99. The original Tetris is pure micro, but Tetris 99 also involves mezzo, because now you're managing who to send the garbage to. You also have physics-based PvP, like Fall Guys and Gang Beasts, which also fits into micro plus mezzo. The next one is mezzo plus macro. These are the mind and math games. Think Hearthstone, TF.
Oh man, I wish I got into Hearthstone. It looks like a fun game to just always like have, you know, in your arsenal.
Pokemon VGC, and Battleship. Now, chess is theoretically a pure macro game, but at the human level, there's a massive meso component. You're optimizing for your specific opponent's habits. That's why
Is it
studying
still a
opponents
good thing?
matters
Is it
in
still a
high-level
fun
chess.
like game to play
And then there are
nowadays
some
in
weird
2026 hard style?
Balatro is a single-player game, but it's also meso-macro because the RNG of the card combines with the math of maximizing your hand. You're not executing anything difficult.
You know what? I miss this game. I miss this game so much, actually. I should play it again.
But you have to pick and choose
I'm
your
gonna play it
cards
in an
wisely
airplane.
and play to their biggest strength. Phasmophobia is also a weird game that fits into meso-macro. It's a co-op game, but it fits here because you're deducing a ghost using evidence, which is macro,
I think
while the ghost behavior has
miss my
RNG,
wife.
meso. Although I suspect non-PvP
Why are you
meso-macro
bouncing? I'm
games
shaking my leg.
slowly converge towards pure macro over time.
Sorry. Why am I bouncing? Wait. Restart the clip. Why are you bouncing? Because there's like literally a dick under me.
Players fully map the RNG, it stops feeling uncertain and becomes a speedrun problem. And then there's the middle, all three overlapping. This is where the biggest competitive games live. League of Legends, Dota 2, CS2, Valorant, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Rocket League, Apex, Rainbow Six, World of Warcraft. But here's the thing, they're not all the same balance. And the cheat test tells you how exactly they differ. So let's use Counter-Strike as an example. Can aim
Yeah, because this is aiming, so it's usually just aimbots.
bots win a game of CS completely alone?
Yes.
Almost certainly yes. If you never miss, most
Player
tools
one
are
not ready
over
because
before
of
they start.
Timons.
That makes micro extremely high in CS2. But what about X-Ray, seeing through walls? Pros have done experiments with one player with X-Ray versus 5 without X-Ray. The 5 still usually win, but the X-Ray player takes rounds they have no business taking. This makes meso very high in CS2 too, which means macro...
Wait, oh my god, Renyan! I need to send this link to Ren. What the f***?
You gotta watch this. In the future. Okay. I got you.
Put it in your React list.
Put it in your React list. What is that?
You know what's kind of weird? When someone asks what kind of games do you like, most
Deme.
people struggle.
Demi. I'm on nowhere, Demi. 2 weeks ago, Demi.
So does Liar.
Am I late? Am I actually a reactor? My bad. Fuck, dude.
Win, but the X-Ray player takes rounds they have no business taking. This makes meso very high in CS2
Fuck,
too,
dude.
which means macro, the strategic layer, is relatively the lowest.
If nobody was cheating, I disagree with this.
CS isn't about long-term economy optimization the way
No, it could be as well, though. I wouldn't say it's as high as the other two, that's for sure, yeah. But it's not, like, almost zero. It's not, like, this low. It's actually, like, around here. You know what I mean? I think macro for CS is a lot higher because you need to think about the economy as well. And buying power of, like, winning rounds and losing rounds. And if they, whether or not they can, like, afford the op or setters. No, there's no way.
CS isn't about long-term economy
He's saying which is the best
optimization
cheat? Yeah, I understand that.
the way
don't get me
MOBAs
wrong,
are.
but it doesn't mean it
The rounds
doesn't
are
matter.
short and the execution is everything. But let's try this test with Overwatch. And right away we see a unique case, because the answer actually depends on your role. But since it varies so heavily by character and
Yeah, but it's not as good as aim and good info in his point. Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
roles, I decided to ask someone who knows about Overwatch way better than I do.
Who? Nah,
So if you
but imagine if we called XUC. That would be
They're
hilarious.
all three like maxed out versions of the perfect version of it, like a cheat version of it. Which one would have like the highest win rate and how would the distribution be?
I would just say support is more macro heavy, DPS is more micro heavy, and then tank is more meso heavy.
Oh,
True.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
agree.
Also, the way that it works is you have offense, defense, and control. Control refers to like map control. Offense refers to offensive options. Defense refers to defensive options.
Unfortunately, I do think that when it comes with cheating in anything first person, like anything shooter, it's always gonna be aimbot.
And if you
Just play a hit scan character.
character's mixture or like kind of design links to this concept of offense, defense, and control. Tanks tend to depend on more control, supports more defense, DPS more offense, and if you actually like dissect each individual hero, they will have different like varying levels or varying focuses on offense, defense, or control.
So I'm thinking about it like this, right? If you were to give each role one cheat,
Hit scan Winston would be useless though. You think somebody who's cheating is gonna be fucking playing Winston? Seriously? You really, of all the people cheating or something in a game, you think it's gonna be Winston? Are we dead ass?
you would give aimbots to DPS. And
Usually people who are cheating are always in the DPS line. Always.
for
Yeah.
tank, you would give the ability to see enemy cooldowns as a perfect cheat, right? And
Yeah.
for supports, you would have a coach or an engine, perfect coach.
Yes, that's
in your head.
that's perfect. That's exactly perfect. And also, especially in Overwatch, because it's 5v5, because you only have one tank. Like, if you can win every duel as a tank, that's kind of like a free win for your team.
But what about Apex? Apex sits remarkably
It's also just, if you have an aimbot and you have Apex, you automatically pretty much can just kill the whole lobby.
balanced across all three. If you think about which player is most likely to win, a guy with perfect aimbot, a guy with perfect wall hacks, or a guy with perfect ring knowledge, all three actually has a pretty good chance of winning the game. If you have aimbot,
That's not true. I'm Asian. Playing Apex is actually can make you depressed as fuck and want to like die because of the amount of cheaters that will kill half the lobby when the game just fucking starts. And then you just see like the and you hear it, and then like people are really like literally dead already. You don't understand what it's like to be Asian right now, okay? You don't understand. Only the Asians can speak right now. You've never played an Apex lobby. It's depressing as fuck. In Asia servers, there's so many fucking aim hacks. It's the most annoying thing! And it completely killed the game for me. It completely killed the game for me.
you can easily kill anyone rotating, but any close range fight will tend to go either way. But with perfect wall hacks, you can use your nades and abilities to take a team down, but you'll
Right.
still lose to someone with good ring positioning.
Yeah, but guys, if somebody has aimbot, they'll probably have fucking wall hacks too.
But even with perfect ring information, you could still easily die to someone who wants to contest that position. But let's test this in a really unique game. Rocket League. I asked pro Rocket League coach Luke on his answer to this thought experiment, and this was his response. Basically, perfect micro or perfect mechanics in Rocket League would be defined as taking the ball from point A to point B as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Like how in a first-person shooter, aimbot moves the crosshair to the target as quickly and as
Right.
efficiently as possible. For Rocket League, smarts cannot make up for the fact that a more mechanical person can just take the ball to the open net far more than someone with less mechanics.
Your opinion on Rocket League as a pro? Game hard.
This makes Rocket League heavily
super hard.
micro-dominant.
Honestly, one of the hardest games out there.
But after micro being the most dominant, he put macro second and meso last. This is because even if perfect meso allows you to hear enemy comms or see enemy boost, doesn't change the fact that all information in Rocket League is able to be known at all times. And for how fast-paced the game is at the
Maybe I'm thinking about this video very differently since it's almost done here. Am I like overthinking it? I don't really get the point of this video at all. Like, obviously games are gonna be like this. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, the driving game is gonna be like this. Yeah, the shooting game is gonna be like this. The literal, because like he started the game like, okay, people will like CS, but not Valorant and other games. Well, obviously, because the other games are very different.
highest level, listening to a perfect coach verbatim would be better over hearing enemy comms or seeing enemy boost. Also, the closest thing to perfect micro in Rocket League
I think you already know the info of this video, so it's giving it's like nothing burger. You need to watch somebody who hasn't played at all.
is the AI bots. I came across footage of 3 semi-pro players versing 3 of the best Rocket League AI.
Crap, and you're dusty.
But if I'm being honest, this is like the most basic information. If you even like, This is like saying like, if you don't like football, there's a reason why you don't like football compared to basketball. And you could like already think immediately why that would be. Like I don't know, dude. It doesn't call for a 14-minute video explaining why basketball would be very different to football, but they're both sports. The fuck? Am I crazy for that? I think I'm a bitch for that, but whatever. I don't know,
we're
dude.
able to win comfortably. So here's what this framework actually gives you. It helps classify games, but it also helps understand yourself as a player.
RL is one of those games I don't scream at somebody for being a cheater. RL is one of those games I scream at myself for being so fucking dog shit.
I noticed something when I looked at which games I genuinely enjoy. I gravitate toward
cheating in basketball is different than chess. Yeah, I did! Am I crazy for thinking of this video? It's like so kind of like annoying because like it makes me feel like I'm a fucking idiot. And like he thought that this, like, dude, am I crazy for that? Am I like a bitch for that?
games
Dude.
in the middle, the full micro, meso, macro cluster.
Guys, if you look at these games, yes, this game needs this amount of things to do in the game.
And toward pure micro and pure macro.
Right.
But I don't really enjoy micro macro games. Speedrunning doesn't scratch the right itch for me. And when I looked at why, it mapped exactly. In
Because it
Apex,
needs-
I'd argue I aim pretty well and have respectable movement.
Right.
I'd say I also have a solid understanding of rotations and ring positioning. But I
Right.
tend to tunnel vision in close quarter fights. Specifically, when we're in the same building. So I tend to miss meso reads when the pressure is high. In this exact
I think I am very high in levels of micro. However, yeah, no, my macro sucks ass. And my meso sucks ass, so it is what it is.
explains the gap in my game. Because here's the real insight. Every player has a natural lean.
This video reminds me of my thesis work where I just over-explain obvious shit just to get those pages count. Oh my god! I did that shit so well though! I'm so good at this! You have no idea. When I was in uni and I needed to make a thesis and whatever the fuck or I said I need to write, I'm so good at this. I'm genuinely so good at this. You have no fucking idea.
Some people are micro players. They grind mechanics obsessively,
This feels like he's trying to be deep, but when you really think about it, this is just surface level. This is very surface level.
and they want the skill gap to feel fair. Some people are meso players. They love reading people, and they thrive in the chaos of PvP randomness. Like we even see a common cluster of people who play Among Us, GTA RP, luck-based games like gambling, along with many other party games. And then we also see that some players are macro players. They love efficiency,
You know what? I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna say something. TLDR, people like different things. What?
they draw routes on maps, they think about the game between games more than during it. And most of us are a mix, but not an equal mix. The games that frustrate you the most, they're probably demanding something your brain doesn't
I'm
naturally
sorry.
give. The games you keep coming back to, they're probably rewarding the part of you that already runs at full power.
Literally replace games with anything else, and this has variety and nothing changes.
The genre labels never told you any of this.
I'm sorry.
Action RPG doesn't tell you whether you'll be grinding execution, reading opponents, or solving systems. It just tells you there's
No,
a
the video is very well made. Don't get me wrong. It's very well made. But like, did I feel like I wasted my time watching it because I didn't learn anything new? And this is extremely surface level thinking and a way that is explained in the most like surface level thing. Yes.
sword and a level bar. And maybe more importantly,
But,
you can
it's very
start
well
blaming
made, though.
yourself when a game doesn't click. Cause maybe the games are testing things you haven't built yet. In my case, it's the underdevelopment of meso. And that's the three dimensions of games: micro, meso, macro. Every game lives somewhere inside them. And now
I like this definition though, but I think it's just overcomplicating something that is just an automatic thing that people think about. You know, I'm not gonna go like, oh yeah, this game is more meso than I like.
that you know where to look,
The point of this video is that like I like FES doesn't really define your likes because different FES targets different skill groups. Yeah. But notice how you were able to literally summarize the video in one sentence. That's my issue. That's literally. I never said that this video is like whatever, but my issue is that the fact that you were able to explain it in one sentence exactly what it is. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
You'll never see a game the same way again.
Of course, people are gonna like different fucking things. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. I feel bad, dude, because the video is really well made. I just like. That's just genuinely what I think. I do system breakdowns by bridging ideas from gaming psychology, psychology, and human performances. So it's more of like a deep dive kind of thingy. That makes sense. But it did feel like reading somebody's like essay in school and then needing it to be as long as possible in a way. It's a very beautifully made puddle. They gotta make more money somehow with ads. I don't think that's it. I think they wanted to make the topic smooth, but at the same time, the topic is very surface level in the beginning. But then you can talk about anything forever. You know what I mean? If you wanted to make this a 1 hour video, you could. But I think the conversation of this like video was very smooth and very like interactive with the audience in a way where it's very well made. Unfortunately, I'm probably not the target audience because I feel like it's very surface level. Explaining video game designs by thinking what cheat would break the game is such an interesting way of viewing it. Yeah, see, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. But majority of shooting games will just be automatically, literally aimbot usually and info because that's just, yeah. Good video though.